Muhoozi Kainerugaba, here it says, is the safe place your latrine, Kabobi? Because no one is looking for you. Okay? That's Muhoozi Kainerugaba saying, no one is looking for you. But then just a few minutes after that, or if a day, he says, I'll let you read here. If he doesn't, he says, as for Kabobi, the permanent loser, I'm giving him exactly 48 hours to surrender himself to the police. If he doesn't, we will treat him as an outlaw, rebel, and handle him accordingly. If you're not looking for him, why do you want him to hand over himself, to surrender himself to the authority?
I spoke to him in hiding this morning. I asked him what his plan was. He said, my plan is to stay alive.
Yep.
And that means keeping out of the way of Muhoozi. Muhoozi is President Museveni's son. He's the head of the army. He has threatened to kill Bobi Wine in the past.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Muhoozi Kainerugaba, the commander of our defense forces and the son to President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, is threatening to kill Bobi Wine if he doesn't hand himself over to the authorities. And I'll go on and read you what he just tweeted. He said, I exonerate my great and venerable father from what I'm going to do to Kabobi. Now, if you are not from Uganda, you don't understand why he uses Kabobi. Kabobi is one way of reducing Bobi Wine to little man Kabobi. That's what he's trying to say. He says, as for Kabobi, the permanent loser, I'm giving him 48 hours to surrender himself to the police. If he doesn't, we will treat him as an outlaw or rebel and handle him accordingly. Now, I know so many people in Uganda political circles look at these threats and they take them lightly. They think he might be joking. Now, we've known Muhoozi Kainerugaba to be a very, very strong abuser of alcohol. He's a drunkard. That's documented. There's no doubt about that. So they think, oh, probably he's treated under the influence of alcohol. Absolutely not. Remember, many of people thought these are always jokes. But remember, when this happened, it was Bobi Wine when he tweeted and said, Comrade Eddie Mutwe, his bodyguard, had been violently abducted from Chiwango village in Mukono district by armed men in Special Force Command uniform traveling in Toyota van, commonly known as drone in Uganda's political circles. And Muhoozi Kainerugaba responded and said, he's in my basement learning Runyankore. You are next. Oh, I abducted him. He's in my basement and I'm teaching him my mother language. It's very unfortunate. That's my mother language. That's my dialect. That's the language I speak. So he was teaching him my language. Of course, he's trying to say, I was torturing him. I'll go on and show you what he meant here. Because it just took a few minutes and then he posted these pictures. Just a second. Yeah. He just took just a few minutes and then he posted these pictures of this naked man. Oops, I lost that one. I'll have to go back. He just took him, maybe let's use this one. He ended up, posting that picture of Eddie Mutwe after having him abducted, tortured. And this is what he tweeted. He says, Lani Munyankole. And then says, no, I don't do that. I'm hunting a coward called Kabobi. This is when they abducted Bobi Wine's bodyguard, tortured him, electrocuted him, used pliers to pull off his skin. The son of the president and the commander of our defense forces posted a picture of a tortured man naked after cutting off his hair and then said, yeah, I'm doing this. Imagine gloating about this gross abuse of human rights. So that's what he told Bobi Wine. Oh, I'm going to do this to you. I'll go on and tell you what Bobi Wine responded. Bobi Wine was able to respond on his Facebook. He wrote here, if you can read around here. Read here. He said, you ordered the military raid on my house to harm me. I beat you at your own game and escaped. To cover up the shame, you claim to To cover up the shame, you claimed no one was looking for me. Here you are now, seized by fear and panic and confirming your wicked plot against me. Anyway, I will resurface when I decide. Then you and your father can do whatever you want to me. But make no mistake, you'll never escape the inevitable consequences of your atrocities against the people of Uganda. This is our country. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. I'll read to you once again. No fear, confident. And he knows that, probably when he's arrested by these heartless thugs, what they will do to him. They might kill him. They might torture him. They might do anything cruel. But he said, you ordered the military raid on my house to harm me. I beat you at your own game and escaped. To cover up the shame, you claimed no one was looking for me. Here you are now, seized by fear and panic and confirming your wicked plot against me. Anyway, I'll resurface when I decide. Then you and your father can do whatever you want to me. But make no mistake, you'll never escape the inevitable consequences of your atrocities against the people of Uganda. This is our country. 100%. 100%. Now, I'll go on and play you and the Uganda police force was actually saying that Bobi Wine is at his home. Now, you might be wondering, maybe I should tell you this. Why these people, especially Muhoozi, why does he seem panicked? He's panicking because they're afraid that Bobi Wine might now start leading national protests from an undisclosed place. They won't be able to know where the commander is. So that's why they're afraid. Listen to this spokesperson of the Uganda Police Force, Chituma Rusoke, saying Bobi Wine is at his house.
For now,
we want to tell the general public
that
candidate Bobi Wine Kyagulanyi is at his home in Magere.
Kasangati, Muwakiso district.
In Kasangati. Now, if he's in Kasangati, then why not allow the Secretary General of the political party, the National Unity Platform, David Louis Lubongoya, to take this food to the home of Bobi Wine?
Ssaabawandisi wa NUP David Louis Lubongoya y'omu ku b'ebyokwerinda gwe bakomezza ku munaabo bw'abadde aliko ebintu ebikozesebwa mu bulamu obwa bulijjo byatwalidde ab'enju ya Kyagulanyi.
Tubadde tuzze kuleeta ebyokulya okutwalira mukyala pulezidenti waffe byetaaga ewaka n'abantu abalala bali ewaka, naye unfortunately nga bwe mulaba wakawe wakyaliwo emisanvu gya poliisi, wakyaliwo poliisi n'amagye beebunguludde ekifo ate ne munda mwe bali.
Imagine, you got soldiers outside and inside, in the fence and outside. So that's why Muhoozi Kainerugaba is afraid of what Bobi Wine might do at this particular moment. So then don't take these jokes for granted, ladies and gentlemen. Muhoozi Kainerugaba is serious at making these jokes. When Bobi Wine recently posted and said his first video where he was talking to the Ugandan people and posted on his social media platforms saying, video message recorded from a safe place to the people of Uganda and the world about the goings on in our country. Muhoozi Kainerugaba was like, is the safe place your latrine, Kabobi? Because no one is looking for you. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Muhoozi Kainerugaba, here it says, is the safe place your latrine, Kabobi? Because no one is looking for you. Okay? That's Muhoozi Kainerugaba saying, no one is looking for you. But then just a few minutes after that, or if a day, he says, I will let you read here. If he doesn't, he says, as for Kabobi, the permanent loser, I'm giving him exactly 48 hours to surrender himself to the police. If he doesn't, we will treat him as an outlaw, rebel, and handle him accordingly. If you're not looking for him, why do you want him to hand over himself, to surrender himself to the authority? And listen to these lawless impulses of Muhoozi Kainerugaba. He won't even mention the crime. For example, oh my God, the gall and temerity of these people, that he can just use his phone to be like, hey, surrender yourself to so-and-so. What a criminal regime, shameless. They've been emboldened by the decades and decades of lawlessness and not being held accountable, that they can just order, oh, do this. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you might read this from a context of, he's targeting Bobi Wine. But this is the death of a nation that doesn't have institutions. This is not how we treat our political opponents. This is the command of our defense forces. It shouldn't be partisan. But he doesn't really care. Now, you wonder how a country goes through turmoil for years because of these kind of seeds that are usually sown by these people. This is killing a very sensitive institution in Uganda, the Uganda People's Defense Force. He occupies, if not the first or the second most sensitive office in the country. The commander of our defense forces. Unbelievable. What kind of a country we're living in? So, that's it for now. You let me know what you think. That's coming in from Bobi Wine. But here, before that, there was a message that came in here that says, it is not yet over. The millions of Ugandans who genuinely love their country and wish it well will free it from the fangs of Museveni and his regime of blood and national shame. I was going to say them. National shame. So you let me know what you think. Muhoozi Kainerugaba is making all these threats and Bobi Wine is responding saying, hey, I will just present myself. I'll unveil. I will resurface when I choose to. And when Bobi Wine spoke to Lindsay Hilsam, he indicated that he was trying to stay alive because as a result of the threats from Muhoozi Kainerugaba.
Well, Yoweri Museveni, it was the 7th time he stood for election. You know, he's 81 years old now. I first met him in 1986 when he was a rebel leader, where he told me that the problem with Africa was leaders who stayed in power for too long. Well, you can take that as you will. Bobi.
You can take that as you will. You know what she's trying to say? She's trying to say, hey, now this sounds like Museveni is the problem of Africa because he stayed in power for extremely too long.
Who is the main opposition leader who claims there was rigging and that he did much better than the official results show. He fled after his house was attacked by paramilitaries, security forces, not quite clear who, last night. I spoke to him in hiding this morning. I asked him what his plan was. He said, my plan is to stay alive.
Yep.
And that means keeping out of the way of Muhoozi. Muhoozi is President Museveni's son. He's the head of the army. He has threatened to kill Bobi Wine in the past. Mm-hmm. This is not a story which has been getting a lot of attention, even though I think it is very critical because of Venezuela, because...
Exactly. There's so many stories, you know, that are dominating world front pages and headlines. But hey, Bobi Wine is running away from the threats of Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Unbelievable. What a crazy, crazy, crazy world. Wow. All right, I'll be here to give you more updates. Please make sure that you are subscribed to this YouTube channel. If you're watching me on Facebook, on X platform, and on TikTok, please make sure that you follow. You let me know what you think, then I'll truly appreciate. My name is Mordecai Murisa. See you. Bye-bye.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.